Good evening viewers, I'm Nana Sareen and you're watching Such the Reality. In today's Reality Rundown, we bring you the top 10 stories making headlines today. Have a look. The Supreme Court has granted bail to IAS officer Sevali Devi Sharma, who was arrested in connection with the Rs 105 crore SCERT scam in Assam. Sharma, a former director of the State Council of Educational Research and Training, was taken into custody by the Chief Minister's Special Vigilance Cell following allegations of large-scale financial irregularities during her tenure. In a bid to reinforce peace and integration, the Assam government distributed grant in AIDS checks to 590 former NDFB cadres at a ceremony in Kokrajhar. With this, the total number of beneficiaries under the BTR-Peace Accord 2020 has reached 4,793. The Assam government has instructed the Directorate of Information and Public Relations to publicize the Election Commission of India's initiative aimed at resolving the issue of duplicate electoral photo identity card numbers within 3 months. This move is part of a broader effort to enhance electoral transparency and eliminate discrepancies in the voter list. Two students of Nunmati High School, Bikas Rajbongshi and Ali Hussain, have gone missing after leaving home to appear for their annual exams. The families have filed a police complaint seeking immediate intervention. Both students have carried their exam documents and Ali Hussain had withdrawn Rs 10,000 from his mother before vanishing. The police have launched an investigation. Arunachal Pradesh will establish Sainik schools in Tirap, Changlang and Longding under the centre's PPP model. These schools, distinct from existing Ministry of Defence-run Sainik schools, will operate in partnership with NGOs, private institutions and state-run schools. The initiative is part of a centre's plan to set up 100 new Sainik schools nationwide. 27-year-old Israeli tourist and a 29-year-old homestay owner were allegedly gang-raped near Hampi. 3 male companions were assaulted and thrown into a canal, where one of them drowned. The attackers, posing as travelers in need of petrol money, first demanded cash before turning violent. The survivors have been hospitalized, while police have launched a manhunt for the accused. An 82-year-old woman suffered severe injuries after Air India failed to provide a pre-booked wheelchair at Delhi airport. Post to work, she collapsed near the airline's counter and later landed in the ICU due to potential brain bleeds. The family alleges negligence, while Air India claims to be investigating. Balesh Dhankar, age 43, has been sentenced to 40 years in prison for sexually assaulting 5 Korean women in Sydney. He lured victims with fake job ads, drugged and filmed them. A former BJP satellite group founder, Dhankar, was arrested in 2018 with date rape drugs and recording devices. Convicted on 39 charges, he will remain behind bars until 2053. The Donald Trump-led U.S. government is pressing India to eliminate tariffs on imported automobiles as part of a proposed bilateral trade deal. However, India remains cautious, considering gradual reductions rather than an immediate drop to zero. India currently imposes import duties as high as 110%, a point of contention for Tesla CEO Elon Musk, who previously criticized them as among the highest globally. Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Omar Abdullah presents the first Union Territory's budget in 6 years, a significant moment in the region's economic journey. With a massive budget of Rs 1.12 lakh crore for 2025-26, Abdullah calls it a roadmap for growth and a true reflection of the people's aspirations.